Hello everyone, my name is RagingRaptor and welcome to my first WarThunder Devblog video, and today we got quite an interesting week which already sparked controversy. It is the, Japanese destroyer Shimakaze. And it's a very interesting thing because it has the strongest or the biggest torpedo armament in any World War II area destroyer. So let's have a quick look at its main characteristics or its key features. First things first, it is going to be a squadron vehicle. It should pose great mobility for a ship of its size. It will have 3 torpedo turrets with 5 torpedoes each and should have decent or even great AA defense. Now, let's talk about the armament, because here it gets rather interesting if you ask me, because this is also where we are start to have the controversy. Right now, it is planned to have 2 twin-mounted 127mm 5-inch turrets. But, and this is very important, this is apparently a mistake. Just as an update, based on some of the feedback we have received, developers are currently reviewing all of our historical sources and materials on the ship to ensure we have in her correct configurations. Should any changes be necessary, there will be made. Photographs and primary material around this sort of things is extremely scarce and not as well backed up as other ships, for example, but we'll do our best to make her as accurate as can be. Now, what is the point of that? The problem is that as far as I know and as far as the feedback goes, it should have 3 twin 5-inch turrets and not just 2. If you go quickly back to this picture right here, the second turret should be placed up top on here. And fun fact, in World of Warships, again, I'm coming from World of Tanks and World of Warships, so it also has 3 turrets, and the third one being, or the second one being mounted here and the third one back here, just as a little thing. However, what is not a mistake is that those guns are supposed to be multi-purpose. So it means you can also shoot down aircraft or have, I guess, time fuse. To that, the AA defense is pretty decent. You have 14 25mm AA cannons, 1 being a twin mount and 4 being triple turrets. And here is again a very important point. If this turret back here gets added, which should be or is what the feedback is, then we'll probably lose some of those AA mounts. So I guess we're probably going to lose 2 triple mounted 25mm guns. So it means the AA defense will get a little bit worse, but obviously you will get quite a ton of more, firepower. And obviously you're going to have the 3 quintuple turrets with 610mm 93 long lance torpedoes, one of the strongest torpedoes what I've heard in World War II. Here I just took out the little stats sheet from the youuuu because they are using the 93 Model 1 Lance torpedoes, and they are going to be pretty fast, a maximum speed of 91 kph, 20 kilometers travel distance, and quite a decent chunk of explosive mass of 627. So yeah, you are not going to survive a long time when you're getting hit by those torpedoes. Important is, however, you have 15 torpedoes which you can shoot at basically once, which means you can literally just make a huge floor of torpedoes towards the enemy. You can hold down a corridor. Point is, there are no spares. So if you have blown your load, you can't recover because there's literally nothing you can reload them with. So keep that in mind. However, again, to hold down a choke point or hold down probably or just floor a pretty big chunk of the ocean, of the battlefield, you can just use those torpedoes. Now, let's talk about the mobility of the Shimakaze, because this is one, again, being incredible strong. 79,000 horsepower engine, which can give it a top speed of 40.9 knots, which makes it the second fastest ship in the game with 75.7 kph top speed. Only the Tashkent or the trash can is faster than that, which is fairly interesting. Also, this is apparently also something very interesting about the trash can. As far as I know, it is an Italian ship and not really Russian, but who knows? Again, I'm not an expert in that field. So now let's jump to the conclusion of this ship. Again, on this picture, you can pretty much perfectly see what I was talking about when they will add the or if they are adding the third turret. You will lose those two AA guns right down here because the turret will be placed up on top. And again, it's kind of weird because if we see this as a it's kind of weird that this is so much empty space. So why shouldn't there be the gun on top of it? Sure, it could be crew compartment, but then again, why should the crew compartment be on top when it can be down low? So this kind of really does look like the place for the third turret. And again, it will have a pretty decent power in that sense. 6 127mm guns, it should be quite a decent stuff. And again, the three quintuple turrets in the middle, and they are fully rotatable, meaning you have no issues to aim left or aim right. However, I'm pretty sure if it is going to be a squadron vehicle, and if we are starting to compare it to other stuff, it is the Shimakaze is basically just the youuuu class destroyer with 1 turret of torpedoes more, and instead of just 4 tubes on the turrets, it has 5. So if I have to do a prediction, again, I'm very bad at this because I never really did that. If I have to do a prediction about the potential tier of that ship, I'd say maybe 4.7, maybe 5.3. It's hard to judge for me, really. Again, I'm actually even not even playing naval forces in WarThunder, so it's very hard for me to say what it is going to be. I just think that when the youuuu class with the same armament, with roughly the same amount of automatic 25mm cannons, has a lot more automatic cannons, actually, and quintuple instead of quadruple torpedo tubes, as well as a turret more for the torpedo tubes, it's probably going to be a pretty big step up from the youuuu class. So maybe even 5.7, 4.7, 5.3, around that tier. And again, because it's a squadron vehicle, you're not going to make any more credits with it or anything, but it is something you can just get for free, as far as I know. Now, let's move on to my personal traditional last part of the video. Give me some feedback. This was my first WarThunder preview video. So if you're new to the channel and think I did a great job, then let me know in the comment section below. If you think I keep on doing, then let me know in the comment section below that you are new and you just subscribe to my channel. It would be very, very important to know, because this is, or how I do it like this in a PowerPoint-esque meta, I'm usually always doing my news. If it is World of Tanks, and I enjoy that. So now's the question, do you also enjoy that type of preview of vehicles from the Devblog in WarThunder? That is very important to me to know. Thank you so much. Again, one thing I do want to try is to not make it too long, because there is obviously most of the time not as much as I can talk about. My name is RagingRaptor. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, have a great time, and as always, good luck on the battlefield.